I love the names on this team. They have Sixto Sanchez, and they have my favorite name probably in baseball right now, Jazz Chisholm.
Showing emotion in baseball is terrible and should never be in the game.
It's weird how the dynamic works between sports.
But to win a championship, not only do you need great players on the court, but you need good chemistry, which takes time to develop.
Justin Fields is a all-time talent.
Corey Perry will give some veteran presence to the Canadians.
I feel like Luka will take that next step, and if he can get a three ball consistently around 35%, I feel like they could become a contender.
We can make jokes about you not being in the Super Bowl for 20-something years, but...
What's up, everyone? This is Justin Goldman from the Goalie Guild and Lift the Mask, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Austin and Kevin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NCAA Opinions of the Week. We are without our March Madness expert, Jake, but of course we got the in-house March Madness expert, Austin.
Yeah, this is a very chalk, as you would call it, Final Four. It's all one seeds, and I do have a good bit of brackets that predicted this Final Four. Sad that Texas Tech is out. That was a brutal loss, but here we are. What game do you want to start with?
With Houston and Duke, and yeah, kind of thinking about that, we were close to putting a lot of one seeds in. I was like, no, there's no way this shakes out, but it did shake out like that. So we have Houston versus Duke, I would say, which I think it's pretty obvious who wins this matchup.
Yeah, I'm going to have Duke, and I'm assuming that's who you're going to have as well based on your response. But I definitely think Duke's the best team remaining. Cooper Flagg, Cian James, Conker Knuckle, Tyrese Proctor, they're just an amazing team. And I find it really hard to believe a team's going to be able to beat them at this time of season. They just seem on a legitimate path to destiny, and it's going to take a lot to overpass them.
Yeah, I agree. And you have Cooper Flagg, and it seems like they've made it this far, so they're going to be healthy. He's going to be healthy. So, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty tough, but it's pretty impressive Houston has made it this far.
Yeah, Houston's done a good job. I mean, we thought they were going to lose to Gonzaga, but the rest of their side of the bracket, I did not think it was that strong. But I did think they'd lose to Gonzaga. And it was a really close game, but Khalif Battle missed a three to tie it, and Houston survived. And from then, they played extremely well. Now, I won't say Houston's a pushover, so I don't think this game's going to be a blowout or anything like that. But I do think Duke comes out on top.
Yeah, I think it should be an entertaining. We have a great set of entertaining games, but it does seem like Duke is the best team. And now we go to an SEC matchup with Florida versus Auburn. Just kind of what are you seeing from this matchup?
The John Broome injury or whatever that was in the Michigan State game, I don't think is going to matter all that much. Florida struggled against Texas Tech, but I think Texas Tech should have beat Florida, and I think Texas Tech would have beat Auburn. And I have Florida in a lot of my championships. I would have to go Florida here. Florida also won the SEC, something Auburn failed to do. But it's really hard when you play the team so many times like Florida and Auburn. They're both obviously from the SEC, like you mentioned. It's going to be a hard-fought game. I mean, this is more than just a Final Four matchup. It's something a little bit deeper than that. I mean, they don't like each other in any sport, let alone basketball. And I do think this kind of cements the SEC is probably the best conference of all time this year, the 2025 SEC. I know they may not win a championship, depending on who we pick here to win it, but to have two teams in the Final Four is pretty impressive. Yeah,
it is. And especially like you don't have it with this because they're facing each other to advance to the championship, but it would have been impressive if an SEC team was on the other side of the bracket and they met in the championship. But yeah, that's a great point. They lived up to it with the SEC and just kind of their top tier teams. I think I'm going to go with Auburn. I like their experience. I know you mentioned Florida won the SEC, but I do think it's such a close division or conference that I could see Auburn winning this, even with the Johnny Broome injury. It just seems like he came down on it wrong.
Yeah.
So I have Florida versus Duke. No, I have Auburn versus Duke. You have Florida versus Duke.
Yes.
So I think we're probably going to have the same answer for winners here. I think you just ride the Cooper Flagg train and you have Duke winning.
Yeah, I also have Duke winning. I think Duke's the best team in the country. Again, I would have Texas Tech in this game. Unfortunately, they didn't make it, but Florida would have a chance. It's just going to be very difficult to beat this Duke team. I think Cooper Flagg is the best player in the country, and if not, it's extremely close between a couple other players. But Florida struggles at stuff that Duke's really good at, and Duke just feels like a team of destiny. I mean, from the beginning of the season regarding Cooper Flagg and the hype that he has received, and they just dominated their opponents throughout this tournament. And I would not be shocked if this is a 10-point plus game. They win by double digits, but I do think that Duke will come up on top no matter what.
Yeah, I think it could be close and will be close, but yeah, it does seem kind of like Duke is going back to its winning ways of just like, yes, they were a great team in the regular season, but now they're making deep playoff runs. They have a great player in Cooper Flagg. So yeah, we have that. I think it should be exciting. We'll have to see what it's like, but yeah, sad it's already over, basically. We only got a little bit longer, but yeah, I'll let you close this one out.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Please let us know who you guys think is going to win each Final Four game and then obviously the national championship. Thank you guys for listening.